Welcome to the Spark Creativity Teacher Podcast, a podcast for English teachers in search of creative teaching strategies. I'm Betsy Potash, and I'm glad to welcome you to episode 39, in which we dive into my favorite strategy for defeating overwhelm. As a teacher, there are 1,000,001 things to fit into your schedule. It's not like you can just block off 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day and assume your work will get done. Nope, you've got to schedule your planning, grading, extra help sessions, meetings, classroom cleanup, reporting, and emailing alongside your normal life tasks. When you have a free hour at home, how do you decide what to do with it? You could catch up on grading, send those emails, work out, cook dinner for a friend or your family, do the laundry, write those lingering thank you cards, or any one of dozens of other tasks. For me personally, this is really overwhelming. That's why I was so happy when I stumbled upon the concept of the ideal week. In this episode, I'm going to share what it means to create your ideal week and how you can use it to feel less overwhelmed by all the things you have to do as a teacher. It's not exactly a creative teaching strategy, but it's an organizational strategy that will help you find space to be creative. And I find that the less overwhelmed I am, the more creative and happy I feel. When I first became a blogger and podcaster, I started reading more widely about productivity and writing. I came across the concept of the ideal week. I've never heard anyone talk about it in the teaching world, though, and that has got to change. Using the ideal week plan has really helped me organize my life, and I think it can do the same thing for you. Start small. Create a little blank chart of the days in your week. It can be as big or tiny as you want. You don't need to fill in anything but what you want to be sure to have in your routine for that day. If things were absolutely ideal, what would you do on each day of the week? So for example, let's say you have a few priorities. You'd like to make sure that your schedule feels very clear to you all week. You'd like to get all your grading done at work. You'd like to check your email less often, but feel on top of it. And you'd like your classroom to feel like a fresh, creative space. You also want to work out twice a week and have one nice family dinner every week. So then you take those priorities and you look at your days and you just start parceling them out. So for example, your ideal week might start with Sunday. You'd do a workout. You'll go through your mail and your bills so you don't have to deal with it on any other day of the week. You'll write a letter or a card to somebody in your family or one of your friends. It could be a thank you card, a birthday card, something that you're going to get done on Sunday so it doesn't worry you all week. Then the rest of the day, you're going to spend time with family and friends. In the evening, you'll fill in your teacher planner with your lesson plans from all your syllabi. You'll check your email and add all the meetings you're going to have that week, and you'll schedule any extra help with students that need extra help that week, all for Thursday. So there you have one bite-sized chunk. Every Sunday, you're going to try to do those things. The bulk of the day on Sunday is spend time with family and friends. So that's completely vague. It could be anything. Maybe you're going hiking. Maybe you're watching Netflix with your husband. Maybe you're going on a trip to some fun city. It doesn't matter. But you're also going to try to save those little chunks of time to work out, go through your mail, write a letter, and get ready for your week. Then Monday rolls around. Keep it simple. You're going to have all your regular work stuff, but your priorities in your ideal week are going to be that you check your email one time after lunch, just sort of a 20-minute block where you clear it all out. You're going to prep and photocopy all your handouts for the entire week, and you're going to grocery shop. That's it. Every Monday, you're going to be sure to accomplish those 3 things in addition to just sort of your usual Monday schedule. So moving on to Tuesday, one of your priorities is to keep your room looking nice and to keep your grading at school. So Tuesdays, you're going to change out a bulletin board or a student work display. You're going to reshelve books in your reading library. You're going to organize your desk. You're going to water your plants. You're just going to sort of spruce your classroom. You're also going to catch up on grading. So those are the 2 things every Tuesday you're going to try to accomplish. Wednesday, you're going to get your second workout in. You're going to do all your emails again one time in the day before school. You're going to check our Facebook group maybe, Creative High School English, for new classroom ideas and work on upcoming lesson plans. And this is going to be your family dinner or friend dinner night. Thursday, you're going to do all your extra help sessions, catch up on grading, do your laundry, plan something fun for the weekend. Friday, lesson plan work, return any calls that you need to return, reach out to any student families that you need to contact, and once again, clear out your emails. Saturday is for doing the fun thing that you planned and for kind of sprucing up your house, making your house a nice place to be. So that's it. That's an example of one ideal week. And you may have totally different priorities. All I can really do is imagine as I'm recording this show for you. But whatever you're trying to accomplish, try to make it really specific and try to spread it through the week and do it for a couple of weeks. I've been amazed. When I first started trying to plan an ideal week, I was planning it minute by minute. And I don't think that really works. That was how it was first presented to me, that I should be scheduling every hour in my day, all 7 days a week. But for me, this attempt to solve my overwhelm was really totally overwhelming. And I just like to have 2 or 3 main priorities for the day that I'm going to try to do over and above the daily tasks of life that just sort of come up and all the things that I have to schedule. And I find that I really do get to those main priorities every single day. And that way, I'm just a lot calmer. Since planning my ideal week, little things have stopped hanging over my head. I'm not always worrying about things like, when am I going to find time to write to my brother? Because I always take 10 minutes and do it on Mondays. I don't let blogging overwhelm me because I know I am pretty much always going to post on Tuesdays, so the rest of the week I focus on other things. A million other things besides my priorities happen during the week, but the ideal week just represents those goals for what I'm going to fit in and around everything else that happens. What I found is that creating the ideal week does help me shrug off the constant feeling that I should be doing 10 or 11 other things with any free block of time. And I think you'll feel the same way. You'll have your scheduling day, your lesson planning day, your grading days, your extra help focus day, or whatever works for you. When you use the ideal week, you'll condense time sucks like email into manageable sessions. Instead of berating yourself for not cleaning up more at home or not cooking more often, you'll know you're always going to declutter on the weekend, so you don't need to worry about it. You're always going to order pizzas on Thursdays, and you're always going to cook something with vegetables on Tuesdays, or whatever. You'll be amazed at how much this concept of the ideal week puts you in control. So do I still get stressed out even though my weeks are now ideal? Yes, of course. I'm not going to lie. But I actually do seem to accomplish everything I need to, and my mind can mostly focus on the things I really want to do that day. It beats the heck out of wondering which of 50 different things I should work on every time I have a spare minute. So, as this year closes, if you're in search of a simple thing you can do for yourself to make next year better, you might want to spend a little summer time toying around with your ideal week. Think about your priorities for your own self-care, for spending time with your family and friends, and for completing whatever work you want to complete. Choose the most important and pencil them in. Tweak it as you go. There's no need to laminate your ideal week. Just use pencil and keep shifting it around. For me, it took a couple months before I really knew what was the best for each day, what I really had time for each day, and what I could get accomplished. And now I would say it hasn't changed in months, and I'm really happy with it. It's super flexible. It just allows me to hit those key priorities that need to fit into every week. Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to check out the show notes for a complete write-up of this show, head to www.nowsparkcreativity.com and click on the podcast tab at the top of the page. And if you're looking for one more strategy to help you beat overwhelm, hop into my Facebook group, Creative High School English, and join a supportive community of thousands of other teachers pursuing creative education around the world. We are here to help you find great resources and get fresh classroom ideas. The Spark Creativity Teacher Podcast is a proud member of the Education Podcast Network. The Education Podcast Network, podcasts for educators, podcasts by educators. For more podcast recommendations, visit edupodcastnetwork.com.